Fall is in full swing, and it's the perfect time to refresh your wardrobe with pieces that feel as good as they look. Luckily, Quince makes it easy to look polished, stay warm, and save big without compromising on quality. To know me is to know I love a cashmere sweater. Let me tell you, the one thing that you need for the fall is a oatmeal cashmere sweater, and nowhere better than Quince because you're going to save so much money. Think 100% Mongolian cashmere from $50. Then add to that washable silk tops and skirts and perfectly tailored denim, and all at prices that feel too good to be true. I got to tell you, I think I'm going to get a wool coat. They look designer level, but it cost a fraction of the price. The greatest thing about Quince is they partner directly with ethical top-tier factories, so they cut out the middleman. And by doing so, they can deliver luxury, quality pieces at half of the price of similar brands. It's the kind of wardrobe upgrade that feels smart, stylish, and effortless. So, this is what I want you to do. Keep it classic and cozy this fall with long-lasting staples from Quince. Go to quince.com/Kate Casey for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. That's QUINCE.com/Kate Casey to get free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/Kate Casey.
I've never felt like this before. It's like you just get me. I feel like my true self with you. Does that sound crazy? And it doesn't hurt that you're gorgeous. Okay, that's it. I'm taking you home with me. I mean, you can't find shoes this good just anywhere. Find a shoe for every you from brands you love, like Birkenstock, Nike, Adidas, and more at your DSW store or DSW.com.
Welcome back for another episode of Reality Life with Kate Casey. Hope that you have had a great week, and I have a great episode for you. Ace Fanning is back with me today. Ace and his wife, Caitlin, have a Sister Wives podcast, and they are just about to have another baby join their family. So I wanted to catch up with them before they are in the hospital and inundated with taking care of a newborn and 2 toddlers. So they're definitely in the weeds. What I did was go to the Barnes & Noble yesterday. I purchased Christine Brown's new book, Christine Brown Woolley from Sister Wives. And I read it in one sitting. And I did this interview with Ace because he knows so much about all of the players on this show. He has visited Flagstaff. He has visited, I think he's been to the cul-de-sac in Las Vegas too. He purchased Cody Brown's white convertible that you see in, I believe, the first season of the show. He is boots on the ground, a deep diver, and nothing better than to tell him what is included in this book and then to get further insight. So the book is called Sister Wife, a memoir of faith, family, and finding freedom. For those of you that are unfamiliar with Sister Wives, this is a show that follows the lives of Cody Brown. He is the husband of the family, his wives and their children as they navigate the challenges of polygamy. Polygamy, the age-old fun experience where you sign up to be married to a guy with ramen noodle hair who is totally disinterested in any of his wives or his children and really likes to just sit in his car and probably play games on his phone, but pushes an archaic belief system onto you and somehow ropes a film crew into following them for years. And that is where we are now because several of the women are fed up with him and have since left the marriage, and God bless for that. There is one wife that still looms in the background. Her name is Robin. And when we first began to watch the show, she had joined the family as a candidate for 4th wife. And as the years have unfolded, we've begun to learn a little bit more about what was going on behind the scenes of the show. Now, most normal people who watch the show from the beginning said, I'm watching this because it's a train wreck, but also because we're waiting for the moment of epiphany where they are awakened and realize they should leave this weirdo and go and live their best lives. And that has happened in the last couple of years. Christine was the first to leave. She has since remarried. She seems incredibly happy. And I found reading this book that there were moments that I thought, oh my gosh, I wish that they had talked about this on the show. But what you realize is Cody and Robin behind the scenes are manipulating so many situations, and we're disallowing them to be honest and authentic on camera. And so reading all of these behind the scenes stories become even more infuriating if you're like myself and you've been watching since the first season. So for those of you who are seasoned viewers of Sister Wives, you're going to love this episode. You might take your phone and throw it across the room a couple times. For those of you who are unfamiliar with the show, you're just going to sit and wonder, how could anyone subject themselves to this weird situation? And you'll be right. So again, if you've never watched the show, you're totally fine. If you have watched the show, this is going to be like dessert at the end of a very long meal. And if you are fired up about Real Housewives of Orange County, you will also enjoy it because Ace has his opinions as well. So buckle up. This is a great episode. I also want to remind you guys to make sure that you subscribe to those bonus episodes because you're going to get even more fun stuff and behind the scenes stories. So you can find those on Apple Podcast, on Patreon, patreon.com/KKC. Okay, here is my interview with Ace. Ace, I have not talked to you for a while, so there are a couple things I want to touch base with you. Baby Watch, how are we doing?
Baby Watch is on. She gets her cerclage removed tomorrow.
Okay.
And the doctor said, honestly, I don't think it'll be long for your water to break after that.
Mm-hmm.
But if not, we'll give it some time and then they'll induce her.
Okay.
So we're right there.
Has she ever been induced before?
So last time her water broke and she's like, I think they kind of induced me then because like Louis wasn't, I think, doing great. Honestly, it's all a blur.
Yeah.
She didn't come out of my vagina, so I'm sure it's not as much of a blur for Caitlin as it is for me, but it felt like a blur. I was really focused on like my eating and like what was I going to eat because I was very stressed out.
Yeah. Well, the good thing with the induction sometimes is it gives you a little bit more time.
Yeah.
It's not like it's like, you know, balls to the wall right away. So if you want to catch up on a show or something, you're going to have some time.
Well, we went to the hospital. We had a scare and we were in the hospital. We had to stay there overnight. And we got through Unknown Caller. We got through Justy's. I'm like, we don't have children with us. Like this is.
Oh, it's amazing, isn't it?
This is the vacation right now.
Isn't it funny after you have your first child that going to the hospital to have a baby is a vacation? Isn't it wild?
Honestly, I don't know if Caitlin felt the same way. She was stuck on her left side and couldn't move, but.
All right. So we're on Baby Watch. Real Housewives of Orange County.
Oh, God.
Where are you right now in this moment? Because it feels like it has been such an up and down for everybody. So as of this moment, where are you?
I'm going to tell you right now. And I'm not apologizing for this because it has not been up and down for me.
Okay.
I'm stuck by Katie Janela's side since the very beginning, and I am not backing down. And I used to say that I would die for her and I would die for Jen. And I have had
That's where you did say that.
I'm done with Jen. She's not a good friend. Here's the thing. Katie, did she lie? Yeah. Do we all lie all the time? Yes. But she lied. And if she said no, I did tell Kiki Monique this, then they're going to say, well, why would you say that? Then she has to be the friend who's like, hey, I said it because that's what Gretchen said. She was being a good friend to Gretchen. That's what I believe. And I think that the gang up with the lie detector test, the last time I felt like that dirty during a Housewives was when Ramona went to Black Shabbat. Like that
was a rough one. That was a rough one.
And that's how I felt this episode. Like it was bad.
Yeah. I didn't like the curtain situation and the filming from above. I thought that was really odd.
Also, I'm just like, first of all, where people are going in there, it's a real lie detector test is like 90 minutes to 2 hours long. Your feet have to be flat on the ground.
How do you know about this?
I've done one before.
Oh, really?
Yes. And you have to keep your feet flat on the ground. And they ask you like
silly questions,
15
right?
questions. And there's like normal ones. There's also ones that would like spike your thing, but not about whatever the situation is. And then ones about whatever the situation is.
That's important to know. Okay. So they don't go right in like, did you lie?
And then they do that 3 times in a different order.
Oh, okay.
They're not just like, hey, Katie, did you talk to Kiki Monique and tell her? And she's like, no. I'm like, a liar. And also, I'm sorry, but like sorry, I'm getting really worked up about it because I am very worked up about it. But this woman's bangs, that immediately was like, I don't trust you and I don't think you're a credible source.
They're severe. Yes.
That was the worst bang I've ever seen. And sorry, I don't trust you. No.
It was kind of funny that she was very judgy. Are lie detector personnel supposed to be so vociferous?
No, they're supposed to have nothing. They're supposed to be
just blank slate,
flat, monotone.
Got it.
It was so crazy to me how, and then Emily being like, I think you should leave. And here's why I love Katie, because Katie does something that I could never do. And that is that she stays calm under pressure.
It is her superpower for sure.
Like, I don't understand. Like, you look at me wrong and I'm frazzled, you know?
Yeah.
And she sat there and everyone came at her. She never raised her voice. She stayed calm. And when Emily, and normally, like, we're used to Tamra running off. We're used to Shannon storming out the door. Like, Katie was sitting there. She was willing to take it. And then Emily said, you should leave. And that's when she said, okay. And she left. And that's where I'm at. And I'm sorry, Jen, but I've had to move on. I'm willing to revisit a friendship. It's obviously one-sided friendship. But right now I stand with Katie.
I was not for Jen for quite a bit because I don't think it's admirable to be a complete ding-a-ling when you have a bunch of kids. But I also had a lot of problems with the segment this season where they were getting new veneers. I thought, this guy has looming issues in his circle of friends.
Yeah.
And this is where we're spending our time.
Right. Yes. You know what? I love a dingbat. I really do. I've always been, I'm a dingbat cheerleader. And I've loved Jen. I feel like she has good intentions until now. And now I don't like her.
She's cut off. Yeah.
I will never speak to Emily again. I've never spoken to Emily, but I'll speak to her again.
So the baby then will be what astrological sign?
Oh, shoot. I was just looking this up the other day. Hang on. It's
Leo.
No, it's after Leo.
It's a Virgo.
Is it Virgo?
Yeah, that's what Sutton is.
Okay, let's see. Yes, Virgo.
Yeah. Okay, good. All right. Well,
I talked to a psychic once. And the psychic said this baby is going to be very grounding for you.
Oh, good.
She was looking at all of our charts and she's like, there's not much grounding going on here. You know?
Okay.
You guys are we're a lot of air and fire signs. And a long time ago, years ago, I got high and I had a vision of this child specifically.
Okay.
And he had dark hair, he had blue eyes, and he was the sweetest, softest, most sensitive kid. And I was like, oh my God, I hope that's him. Because my other two, they bully me. They're the mom. They're the mom from Unknown Number. They're texting me like, get up, fat ass. Yeah, that's where we're at with those two.
Yeah. You get a mix of them. It's the best. It's the best. Well, I text you and I said, I'm going to the store and I'm going to purchase Christine's book and read it before we speak tonight. And I did it. I want you to know your friend is a speed reader. Cover to cover. I should be in an Olympic category for speed reading. The book is called Sister Wife, a memoir of faith, family, and finding freedom. And I took notes.
Wow. And you took notes.
And I took notes. But a lot of this stuff you're probably going to be familiar with already because you are an astute observer of all things Sister Wives, and you have actually gone on locale. You have visited the places where a lot of these events took place. Yes. So I thought fun to go through all the notes and then to get your feedback.
I love it. And I've also sent trash bags to the book signings where they're asking questions.
Oh, good. And what did they report back?
Not much. Like it's a very quick process with Christine, but David Woolley Brown is there and he has some stuff he'd like to say. And he does not like Cody. Despite this apology tour that we're going through this season, despite the race cars, he hates this man and thinks he's a piece of shit. And I'm so excited because I'm like, the apology tour was all fake. No one bought into it. And I love that.
Okay, good. Well, we're going to learn from some of these notes just the level of which the hatred is warranted. This show is sponsored by Liquid IV. I'm soaking up the last bits of summer while feeling the pull back to routine. I've been enjoying going on a ton of hikes, and it's really important to stay hydrated. Liquid IV is easy and it's convenient. You just tear, pour, and enjoy. Just one stick and 16 ounces of water hydrates better than water alone. Staying hydrated is so important, especially in the heat, fueling up for sports, feeling yourself after a long trip, or even a night out. Now, remember that delicious popsicle that you would get at a summer birthday party? Well, Liquid IV has captured that taste with the Orange Vanilla Dream Hydration Multiplier. It's going to remind you of that popsicle. That nostalgic vanilla flavor with notes of candied orange can help you feel hydrated better than water alone. Again, grab your water, tear, pour, and enjoy, and stay hydrated this summer. Visit liquidiv.com, and I want you to use the code Kate Casey at checkout for 20% off your first order. Again, visit liquidiv.com and use code Kate Casey at checkout for 20% off your first order. The weather's cooling down and the days are getting shorter, which makes me want to make my space even cozier. And Wayfair is the place to go. And I'm going to tell you the greatest purchase we made from Wayfair, a trampoline for our backyard. Hayes is doing back handsprings at every chance, and the kids can burn off energy before tackling homework. As my trusted destination for all things home, Wayfair's got everything that you need to cozify your space this fall, from comfy chairs to warm bedding and autumn decor. And don't you think that your living room needs updated pillows and throw blankets? And what about some new furniture so you can invite the new neighbors over for a dinner party? And for those of you who work at home, you probably need some new lighting or maybe a new rug. My recommendation, a gorgeous framed photo for the wall. There's something for every style and every home, no matter your space or budget. Wayfair makes it easy to tackle your home goals with room ideas and curated collections. And it's free and easy delivery, even on the big stuff. No more huge delivery fees for furniture. And no need to shop at multiple stores. Furniture, decor, appliances, cookware, all in one place. So cozify your space with Wayfair's curated collection of easy, affordable fall updates. From comfy recliners to cozy bedding and autumn decor, find it all for way less at wayfair.com. That's WAYFAIR.com. Wayfair, every style, every home. Okay, first thing I need to bring up to you is that she starts off by talking about how she comes from a long line of women in her family that say it's fine. So she's setting the precedent for me, like, I am a people pleaser. I'm somebody that is willing to grin and bear it because the family in which I was born into has these weird circumstances and set of rules that to outsiders would seem absolutely moronic. And she's correct. She says, but she's glad to come from the family that she had because the women were nurturing. Now, her grandfather was her hero because he pushed through his fear of outsiders after seeing his family torn apart to try to make their community safer. What you need to know about the grandfather is the following. His name was Rulon. Immediately, I went, hold on, wait a minute. Rulon? Not only was, by the way, he the midwife when she was born, he was also murdered when she was 5. Why was he murdered? Well, first of all, he was the founder of the polygamous sect Apostolic United Brethren, also called the AUB. And the AUB was an offshoot of the fundamentalist Mormon Church. In 1961, her grandfather Rulon bought 640 acres of land to create a community for his followers. So yes, he was basically a cult leader himself. As the church leader, he revived traditional doctrines, including plural marriage. He had 18 wives and at least 48 children. This is Rulon, the grandfather in which she loved, who was murdered at 5 when she was 5.
They're like Mormon Kardashians.
Correct.
Right.
So growing up, her family was well regarded within that AUB due to her grandfather's status. Her dad, Rex, also practiced polygamy. She met Cody with her father's blessing, who had wanted her to marry into the Brown family for years. And I will get back to that in a second. So accounts from these AUB survivors, again, this is the sect that her grandfather created, they have detailed a darker side to his leadership. So according to Rebecca Kimball's book, Born into Polygamy, her grandfather reportedly arranged marriages with underage girls and exploited them. In 1977, That was the year that he was shot and killed by followers of his cousin, Ervil LeBaron. He was a rival polygamous leader. LeBaron and his cult, the Church of the Lamb of God, were also responsible for other multiple murders. The violence between these two men created deep generational trauma. And it may sound familiar to you because I covered it in one of my episodes because there was a documentary called Daughters of the Cult on Hulu, and I interviewed one or two of the daughters. So again, she gives you this picture in the beginning of this wonderful family and loving people, loving women, very nurturing, and this wonderful grandfather who happened to be the leader of a polygamous sect who was murdered by another polygamous leader, and that this particular sect was run by somebody who pushed for underage girls to get married.
So here's the thing is, yes, Christine is polygamy royalty, as we've known, as we've heard before. And also I think it's worth mentioning that he was also killed by two women, which I thought was so interesting.
Oh, that is, thank God for it.
I'm like,
right.
I like that. It's kind of, I'm okay with that. But it's crazy. Like everyone, and she even says this, she's like, sometimes you do end up marrying your cousin. I'm like, oh God.
Well, it kind of makes you realize just how complacent she had to be throughout her childhood. And it really, again, sets the tone for why she would agree to this horrible marriage with this man who was already married to two other women. She has 12 biological siblings. That's from her mother. And then she has all these other half siblings from her father's other wives. And then she goes into, when she went to public school, she had to be secretive about this whole wackadoo family situation. That again, I'm like, okay, she has to be complacent. And then she goes to school and she has to learn to be a secret keeper. So Cody is 4 years older. He converted to UAB. So he was part of this wackadoo sect. Mm-hmm. And he became involved in the UAB after serving a 2-year mission in San Antonio, Texas. I often wonder if someone would be upset if they didn't get a mission in like the south of France and you instead had to go to like San Antonio.
I honestly think that there's like a hierarchy to it. And it's like,
Maybe
I think
he wasn't a favorite.
Pretty bottom of the barrel.
Bottom of the barrel.
Antonio. They're like, we send probably some of our, the crappy thing though is some of the best, I think, get sent to some of the worst scary places because they're like, we know that you will do what is best.
Or do the best work. Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Where I'm like, honestly, send me to San Diego. I'm okay.
I would be in agreement with that on that. Yeah. Well, then she goes on to say that, so she meets Cody. She knows the two other wives. She basically proposed to him.
Yeah.
She says, yes, she's just sort of like, I really like you and maybe we can be together. And then they're like kind of engaged. But it seems as if he's already totally freaking out. The day of the wedding, she's wearing like this like muumuu.
It is honestly
atrocious.
We're in a bad place. And I know she says that she loves that dress, but I'm like, your mom absolutely was trying to sabotage you because it's
I think she was.
The dress I've ever seen in my entire life.
Now, her father was pumped because he liked Cody and he liked his family. So he's like, this is good. However, they got married in her dad's living room. And he, again, is not thrilled with the idea of getting married to her, but he doesn't have enough courage to say, this is probably not in the best interest for you or for myself. And let's just like go our separate ways. Instead, they go forward with the wedding. And then she talks about going on a honeymoon, which was frankly not that long. And the first time that they're intimate, he just kind of like shoves it into her. And she has the most painful experience, couldn't walk for a couple days, drops off her wedding dress at her mom's house. And her sister's like, why are you here? Why aren't you on a honeymoon? And it would really just kind of began the whole process of being stuck in a relationship with someone who despised her.
What's sad though is in her mind and in her like limited experience of life at that point, she's in love. She's like, I am so in love with this man. Like, this is the man of my dreams and stuff. And she doesn't like, she can't comprehend that like oh, I don't think I actually love this man. And he doesn't love me. And it's not a great match because I think she's like, this is just what love is. Like eventually he will like me and talk to me.
Yep.
And maybe foreplay.
Later on, she explains there is zero foreplay for her. She has to be subjected to giving him massages, full body massages for up to an hour before they have sex. He doesn't reciprocate on her end. And when she's like, well, what about me? He's like, I am not interested in doing that at all. And I think, again, if you look back at her childhood and what she's set up to believe about intimacy and loving relationships, she's screwed. Like as my mom would say, there was no hope for her. Yeah. So she's kind of like made peace with this. And the worst part is in the beginning years, they're in this like little home or space, and she's sharing a wall with the other wives, and she can hear them being intimate with him through the wall.
And they hear, and I'm like, define the different noises between having sex and foreplay. Because she's like, it sounds like they're getting it, you know?
Yeah, the disturbing. But also, it wasn't clear to me if there were small children in any of these rooms or if this was before, this predated any of the kids being born.
Okay, so that predated
that would be
kids.
That. Okay, I hope so.
Before the kids, but then they said that they would, once they did have kids in their rooms, they would just try to stay quiet.
Okay, I have a problem with that. Yeah, that's
like,
a problem for me.
Just out in the living room or something, or like, can we put all the kids in the living room? I'm just like, really, we're all going to be in here together. You've got 3 pack and plays, and we're just going at it.
Not ever brought up on the show, and for good reason. So surprised to read that in the book. And again, I have a big problem with that.
He wouldn't, I wouldn't say make love. He wouldn't have sex with her. Unless she had some sort of something covering her body. Whether
that's right. Yes.
Awful garments or even lingerie, as he would call it. But it was really just like, I don't want to touch skin to skin with you.
Yeah. Well, the undergarments, she said, were sort of like at the ankles all the way. That didn't bother her too much because she did like the idea of the spirituality connect. Like that was okay. I think she had a problem with what he deemed as lingerie. And then you get the feeling like he did not want to see any part of your body.
Yeah.
At all. By the way, she throws in right after this story that she took a DNA test and found out that she was related to Meryl Streep.
I love that. I was like, oh, and because she's like, I was listening to Mamma Mia and, you know, I was singing Mamma Mia when I was giving birth and out popped my child. Also, I love too, like, she's saying like, he didn't want to touch me and stuff. And in her mind, she directly correlates that with the next memory that is, I lost 30 pounds during pregnancy. So like she felt like shit about herself. And then to have your husband just come in and basically solidify that for you. Mm-hmm. It is so sad and it's crazy because like, you know, obviously she's annoying. She really is. She really is so annoying. But like she's nice. She's fun in this family. No one else is fun.
She's the fun one. Yeah.
Right? And it's like, you really couldn't like, I don't know. Like I can have sex if you're going to be fun.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
The fact that he just doesn't let her go at any point and subjects her to this continual conversation about her wanting to spend more time with him. And he's doing everything in his power throughout this life together, and certainly in this book, to do everything to not be around her. And there are a couple examples of it. But first, I got to say, he's kind of working on the fly when it comes to their faith, like just making it up as he goes. And it's very clear he really cares about what other people think. At some point, his best friend says, you know, we're just going to celebrate Jewish holidays. Mm-hmm. So they didn't celebrate Christmas. And then they stopped doing Easter because it was a pagan holiday, because I guess someone suggested it and then they researched it. So if you're a small child and you're in a home and all of a sudden you don't celebrate a major holiday, and then you find out it's because your dad's friend said something, must be infuriating.
Well, listen to this. She used to be, Christine loved celebrating, Joseph Smith's birthday. Like a holiday.
December 23rd, if I remember from the book, right?
Robin comes into the family and she says, nope, we're not doing that anymore. Robin, you're a guest here.
Yes.
And you're going to say we're not celebrating that anymore. And it's like, Christine's like, I love holidays because so many of them were taken from us as kids. And now it's like, can't even celebrate Joseph Smith's birthday. I mean, a weird one to celebrate in the beginning, but it was her thing.
That was her thing. A couple interesting notes. Mary surprisingly likes a spotless house, which must have been hard for her because he is an absolute slob. And also, she does like a lot of tchotchkes. And I thought maybe that's something that she and Robin really bonded over because she was really amped to have Robin join the family. And it may be because they could just talk about their collections all the time.
I think that I've always believed that Mary was sexually attracted to Robin.
Oh, that's possible. Okay.
And I think that what she liked was, I think Cody used Mary as a way of bringing Robin into the family because the other two were not on board. And I think she thought, oh my God, now that I finally likes Robin in, he's going to like me. And he was like, joke's on you, bitch.
Joke's on you. And we have a divorce now and these children are now mine. And Christine makes clear like they have a lot of issues because she felt like she yelled at the kids too much and crossed boundaries. But if you were the first wife and then you had to deal with this, you'd probably lose your mind a little too, right?
I think the thing is it's Christine was the one doing most of the childbearing. She was
That's right. The child rearing. Yep.
Child rearing. Yes.
She did have 6 kids, but yes.
She bared them. She reared them. She did all of it. And it's like Mary comes in. She's got a couple hours off of the trophy shop engraving and she's looking at the kids like, calm it down. You know, like, this isn't your full-time gig. If anyone's going to scream at them, it should be Christine. She's done. She's tired. And you're Mary to me. I don't know why Mary's ever confused why these women hated her.
Right.
If you read their book, there is this story in there that Janelle tells where one time she had a friend who like got her all gussied up, put her makeup on her, did her hair. And when she came home, Mary was making fun of her and made Janelle cry.
Plot thickens. Okay.
The WNBA playoffs are on the horizon, and Tommy Alters, the young man in the three, takes you deeper into the action. Join Tommy for exclusive WNBA insights as he links up with the league's biggest stars and dives deep into WNBA playoff matchups and analysis you won't hear anywhere else. The Young Man in the Three's WNBA playoff coverage is presented by Quest Nutrition. From irresistibly crunchy protein chips to rich chocolatey protein bars, these treats make giving in feel so good. Quest, big on protein, low on sugar, huge on flavor. Shop Quest on Amazon at amazon.com/questnutrition. And check out all the WNBA action on The Young Man and the Three wherever you get your podcasts.
Is your AI built to work with your business's data? IBM helps you integrate and govern unstructured data wherever it lives, so your business can have more accurate AI instead of just more of it. Get your data ready for AI at IBM.com. The AI built for business. IBM.
Robin comes across as extremely conniving. And part of me wonders, is she like one of those people that's just always in survivor mode? Like she's like always thinking, I have to do what I have to do in order to survive and to provide for my children. So does she really love Cody, or is she like, I can get what I want by playing all of these people?
Oh, maybe. You know, I think the thing with Robin is I genuinely believe Robin came into this family thinking that this is what she wanted. And soon, therefore, she realized like, hey, actually, everyone hates me and I'm the least favorite wife. I don't like that. That's not what I signed up for. Now I'm going to come in and destroy all their marriages.
Also interesting that he says to her, by the way, TLC is interested in doing a show about us. And she was like, yeah, no problem. Normal people would go, maybe we need to like take a beat and think about this. But she was up for it. And also Christine paints it that she was doing advocacy work through this group called Principal Voices. And it was because of that work that they met Tim Gibbons, who became the executive producer of the show. So they really should be falling on the sword for Christine.
Nope. She's the worst sister wife in history, as you would say. She did nothing for the family. She raised all of our children. She's sacrificed. She's the one who came in when Mary and Janelle hated each other and made things better, but she's a terrible sister wife.
Terrible. That's another good point. He really manipulates them all by saying, first of all, you have to rely on one another. So he can't put the kids to bed. He can't do anything. The reason you're all here together is because you're supposed to rely on each other. But then when Robin came, she gets access to a nanny. She's got like family that's able to help her out. Whereas Christine, it was probably under one roof during the day, working day, with like 12 kids that she was in charge of.
And she worked. She would be like, yeah, I would watch the kids all day and then I'd have to go work like late at night and Aspen would have to put the kids to bed. And Aspen's like 7. It's like, oh, thanks. Like he is, and even when they were in the Lehigh house and they're all in one house together, if it was not his night with that wife, he could not go and help with the children. Sorry, I can't. Aspen can put them to bed. Logan can get them up and make breakfast in the morning. Like that's not my job as their dad.
Also paints himself as just perpetually tired, which is, he doesn't strike me as somebody who does CrossFit. And he absolutely does not have one of those number crunching jobs where he's in a desk all day long and needs some chiropractic work. He's not, going office to office as part of some sort of sales team for a pharmaceutical company. His jobs seem pretty bleak.
Like a schmoozer. Yeah.
Well, he's like selling, Mormon materials, probably like in a store.
He reminds
hops
me
in his car.
Like in Napoleon Dynamite, when they have to go door to door doing sales. Like that's what I imagine Cody Brown to be like.
Yeah. For sure. This is not a guy that's, hopping on a plane to go to Houston to meet with an executive team and then going to Manhattan to talk to investors. This is a guy who's got a job that requires maybe 2.5 hours or 2 hours, 45 minutes worth of work, but makes it seem like he woke up at the crack of dawn to work at a cave mine.
Also, terrible at his job. Terrible. Like, that he's like, oh, I'm the best salesman there is. And it's like, everyone hates you and you don't realize.
Yeah. One other thing that really struck me was early into his relationship with Robin, the kids are noticing like Robin and her kids get things that we can't have. For example, Peyton said, why do they always get to eat KFC? KFC was a treat.
Right.
And these fools pull up in the minivan and are walking out of the minivan holding like buckets of chicken.
Right.
What a slap in the face.
It's like we're having top ramen again.
Totally. Yeah.
I feel like even if you still watch, like Robin does not want her children to grow up. She wants them to be breastfed for the rest of their life.
You're right. Yeah.
And I don't know if that's why she's got the Dolly's obsession, because she's like, well, they're forever children to me. But like for some reason, Cody fell into that with her kids too. But like these other kids, he's like, you're 18, get out and move on. You don't need dad anymore.
Yeah, you're right.
But like, it makes no sense to me. Why is it like you treat Robin's kids so much better? And honestly, like, I know some of his kids are like major disappointments, like McKelty, it's like, she's annoying. Okay. Peyton, he's creepy. But like for the most part, you've got some pretty good kids. You've got Aspen.
Logan's a standout. Hunter. Right.
Logan is like,
that's the tell-all we want to read. Yeah.
He could do nothing wrong.
Yeah. Stellar.
Yeah.
A couple other things we need to quickly run through. Convinces everybody they need to leave Las Vegas because the Oakland Raiders were coming to town, and they were like, "We got to get our hightail out of this place. Let's blow this taco stand," and convinced them to go to Flagstaff. And it was all because Dayton was going to go to University of Flagstaff.
Yeah.
What a slap in the face!
And it's like, and to see the way that this family, like, it was traumatic for them when they moved from Lehigh to Vegas, but to see the kids who are like now, like it's their junior year of high school, and they're like, yeah, we're going to move you to a very small town. where there's one high school, and good luck, Chuck. Hope you find somebody, because Dayton got into school here and Robin needs him close because he's got to get his breast milk on the off hours.
It's unbelievable. Lastly, he uses, again, every excuse to just be far away from all of the older children and the wives. And COVID really was such a blessing for him because he used it as an opportunity to keep very far away from them. COVID was the perfect opportunity for him to keep his distance from the people that he secretly despises. And by that, I mean all of the other wives and their children. It allowed him to hunker down in one house with his true love, with her 3 children that he adopted because he forced Mary to get a divorce, and with the new children who were being nannied by someone who was not a relative. And for that, I say, you are a monster.
Here's the saddest part about all of that was Mary being like, I'm following the rules. I don't talk to anybody. I don't see anybody. He's like, no one cares, Mary. I'm not coming to your house. He's like, okay, thought I would try. But it's the thing that is like, why can't you just own that? Why can't you just say to your wives, like, listen, people get divorced all the time. And you don't even believe in polygamy anymore. I don't think he even believes in the celestial kingdom. I feel like he's like, this is all bullshit.
I agree with you.
And why not then just come out and say, listen, like, this isn't for me anymore. And why don't you guys go off and find your own way? Like, poor Mary, she just sat there waiting
by the fireside. Yep.
He's like, I'm not coming, Mary. She's like, don't worry, I'll still be here. No, I'm washing down my mail. I'm hanging on, Cody. She's just like, no, sorry, Mayor. It's not a good time for you. Now, do you follow Mary Brown on social media?
I don't.
But it is very entertaining because she's definitely one of those like, I'm living my best life and I'm so happy and I finally found my worth. And she's an inspirational leader to so many.
Oy.
It's a lot. And it's like, you're screaming so loud because you're trying to make yourself believe it.
By the way, all the other kids are like, can you believe she wants to be a life coach? She's like the worst. Well, the book is called Sister Wife, a memoir of faith, family, and finding freedom. I read it in one sitting. People can take it to the beach or to the park, or in your case, to the hospital, and put it under like the light while Caitlin's writhing in pain.
Well, I think what we'll do is we'll just turn the audio book on while she's mid-labor.
Good.
That way he comes into this world and is like, wow, this is where I want to be.
Will you be calling the baby McKelty?
Probably. Because she named her baby Ace. And so I think probably at least middle name will be McKelty.
Okay, good. Well, tell everybody where they can follow you, because not only did you purchase Cody Brown's vehicle, but are really just breaking down the episodes and have ventured out into other shows as well.
If you like Sister Wives, you can follow us at Sister Wives, Love Should Be Multiplied, Not Divided. It's a podcast where we break down the new seasons as they come out. But we're on Patreon where we do that 5 days a week. We're going to be doing Special Forces because our boy is there.
Oh, right.
Our boy is there. And we can't wait to watch him make an ass of himself. That's going to be a good time. It's going to be a really good time. And, the new season's coming. We recap the old seasons. We're doing book club. Like, it's so much stuff. This baby decided to come in a horrible month. I'm like, dude, there's a lot going on this month, right?
I know, but according to the psychic, he's really going to be a calming presence. And that sounds like what you need right now.
Oh, big time. Yeah. We are not calm over here.
Yeah. And then where can people follow you on social media?
You can follow me at acefanning_, or you can follow me at Shit Talk Pod. But it's just one T. So it's Shy Talk Pod. They wouldn't let me do the 2 T's. My business is literally called Shit Talk LLC. And I have to put that on like official documents. And they're like, I've had times where it's like online. I'm like putting in Shit Talk LLC. They're like, you need to put it in a proper name. I'm like, that's what it's called.
That's what it is, friends.
Put in a different name. So that wasn't my smartest move, but it is what it is.
It is what it is. Well, good luck to you guys. And we can't wait to hear what happens. Love to all of you. And what a blessing.
Thank you. You will be their godmother for sure.
Thank God.
The amazing Kate Casey.
I want to thank my great guest, Ace Fanning, and remind you to make sure that you click subscribe. Please leave a 5-star review. Please join the Facebook group, Reality Life with Kate Casey. The bonus episodes are on Apple Podcasts, but on Patreon as well at patreon.com/Kate Casey. And then make sure you get my what to watch list of what to watch in unscripted TV. I will tell you what to watch every week by going to katecasey.substack.com. And make sure that you follow me on social media. I'm on Instagram at @KCCA, TikTok, it's KCasey, Twitter, Threads, and Blue Sky at @KCasey.
Yes, Mr. Gecko, you're a huge inspiration to us all. But who was your muse?
Oh, my dear old Nan. She imparted many wise words to me. She would say, never let the fame get to your head, always remember who you are, and let people get more than just savings with Geico's fast and friendly claim support. I lived up to her advice, and now anyone can file a claim anywhere and anytime. I miss her so much.
Did she go somewhere?
Yeah, extended quilting trip.
Ah.
Get more than just savings. Get more with Geico.